I've dreamed of converting an airplane into an RV since I was 8 years old. In our family, everybody built their motorhomes. My dad, my aunts, my uncles. It was just something I thought you did. We joke that we probably built this airplane 3 times before we got something right, because it just took that many times to figure stuff out. There was an airplane I liked called the F-4 Phantom. They called them the Fabulous Phantoms back in the 70s. My wife likes flamingos, and that was kind of her idea. So Fabulous Phantoms became the Fabulous Flamingo, and that's where she's at today. My son actually located the fuselage of the airplane in Rolla, Missouri. When we had the opportunity to buy it, we had to do it. The condition of the airplane when we originally saw it was very poor. It had been on the ground for about 30 years.
Within 3 months, Gino and his sons managed to fuse the plane with the chassis of an old delivery truck he owned.
The process that we used to merge the two was very hillbilly scientific. We pulled the truck next to the airplane while the airplane was on a flatbed trailer, and then basically took measurements, started cutting it, and then we would set the airframe onto the chassis and see what else we needed to do. It's exciting and challenging. Every day it was just fun.
The plane Gino adapted was a 1943 Douglas R-4D. Originally flown by the Navy in South America, the FAA then bought it to use as a test plane before a tornado put it out of action. It took about a year to get the vehicle roadworthy and another 2 years to fine-tune the details.
The hardest part was getting everything to work together. Each system I could figure out on its own, but when you had to integrate so many other things in there with the truck, you know, airplanes don't go down the road real easy. These fenders are the actual engine cowlings off of this airplane. On some of the initial photos we took, you can see them laying next to the airplane in the front. We added the mirrors, and we definitely wanted to go retro, so we got them off of a 1970s Ford pickup truck. The logo that's on the side of the airplane was the FAA logo, since they were the last operators of the airplane. We also left the emergency exits. You can operate these from the inside on both sides of the airplane, so like when your stewardess is talking about your safety exits. We took tip tanks off of an airplane, and voila, that has become our fender now. If it were a ½ inch wider, it'd be illegal. This is the cockpit of the Fabulous Flamingo. The overhead panel, when we got it, everything was stripped out, so we repopulated it with a lot of cool stuff, a lot of military things up there like flare dispensers and missile fire. The intercom for the airplane actually works, the 1940. When you talk through it, it actually talks. Over here, this would normally be all hydraulics in the airplane. Of course, we eliminated all that. The 2 lights that are there, when you had paratroopers on board, whenever it was ready for them to jump over the target, they'd switch it to green. Moving back, this is my youngest son Garrett's bed, and back here we have the master suite.
Brother, you're flying down the streets in first-class style.
We were in Oklahoma. It was 80 or 85, the speed limit. We brought her up to that, and that was about as fast as I think I want to go in it. The airplane would actually take off right about that speed, so the aerodynamics start kicking in, and really not a good thing. The vehicle means a lot to me just because of the amount of time that's in it. I look back at the day 1 pictures. Sometimes I can't believe I did it, and it means a lot to see people get it. So exciting. The ride is made out of pure love. It's a labor of love.